What's going on, guys? This is Mr. DeLorian with a brand new video. Today what I want to bring back is my old series Zombolics, where I basically break down and review the latest episodes of The Walking Dead. And let's review episode 10 of season 9, Omega. So first part of this video will be breaking down the episode, and then the second part will basically be my review of me talking about things I liked. So let's hop down into the breakdown. So basically in this episode, it's really touching on Lydia's backstory. If you guys don't know Lydia, she was the one who was captured in the last episode. I didn't cover that, but she was captured and brought back to the hilltop for questioning about her people. And it basically just exploring her backstory, how her and her mother Alpha came to be, the Whisperers, like all the really cool backstory stuff. Basically explaining how her mother became this kind of like psychotic believer in that, like, you know, that you need to wear the walker skin and everything to like, cause it's like the new way of life. Her like father was explaining everything, which I thought was pretty interesting, because like he was kind of like, if you think about it, very normal than like how they described him or like showed him to be in the trailers or like in the sneak peeks for like the flashbacks and everything. He was actually a very normal person that just wanted to keep Lydia safe, while her mother was just this really ruthless person, or at least she became over time as she realized how weak people really were. Another part of this episode, which is something I really do want to touch on that happened in like the review part, but is in this like episode they really explored kind of like the building relationship between Lydia, Daryl, and Henry, which I thought was really like interesting and everything. I'm using the word interesting a lot, but like this episode was just really interesting and good. So basically, yeah, the developing relationship between Lydia, Daryl, and Henry was really good, because they just showed like how Lydia's kind of getting used to being like inside like the walls and everything, because obviously she's been out like roaming like the woods and everything for like years. So yeah, it showed like their building relationship. Obviously Henry and Lydia spending time in the cell and everything. There's this really actually like cool part where Lydia and Henry break out of the cell. Well, I want to say break out, but technically Henry lets her out and they go like walking around at night and everything, trying not to get spotted by the guards, which I thought was really, I guess you could say, cute. Also, another part that was explored in this episode is the search for Alden and Luke, which obviously if you guys didn't know, they were taken, or like, you know, I guess they were kind of, yeah, I guess you could say taken by the Whisperers in the last episode by like Alpha and like the group. And it kind of got like a little emotional, kind of like hectic and everything, because obviously I don't know the character's name, but the I think like the youngest one in like the new group of Magma and all of them and everything, he had like a really close connection to Luke and everything, so they stayed out and they came back around like around the end of the episode, which brings us to the next point, which is the end of the episode, which like basically sets up this really big like thing that's gonna happen next episode. Which basically at near the end of the episode, Alpha and like all of them sort of merging as soon as like the two other characters are returning, the ones that stay out in the woods. Alpha and just all of the others just emerge and everything. Like it's so good. It's just like they just emerge, and obviously everyone's like running back inside the hilltop and everything, and it's just so like all the music starts picking up and everything. You could tell shit's about to go down, and it's just so well done and cool. So yeah, that was basically all the stuff that happened in the episode that like are big points in the episode. So let's move on to my review portion. So this episode was very well done in explaining Lydia's backstory in kind of like a way where it kind of like fucks with your mind, thinking, oh, this is how it was. But then near like kind of the end of the episode, she says, that's how my mother told me and everything. Like it does like a really good job explaining her backstory to the point where like you're like, wow, I actually feel sorry for her and her like it does a really good job explaining her mother's like psychotic mindset and everything, and like the backstory of both of them. The other thing I kind of wanted to touch on is I really love how they developed Henry and Lydia's like and Daryl's like relationship. That's gonna like furthermore obviously in the episode or the season, because like me, I was actually smiling the entire time. Like every single Lydia and Henry moment, I was smiling because their relationship is believable. They're two, I guess you could say, broken or alone people in the world. Obviously Lydia is a little bit more broken than Henry is, but you know, they connect really well and their relationship's really believable and well done. And obviously you can kind of see Daryl, Lydia, and Henry's like relationship building, because they're all three like kind of, their characters really connect well, like that's the way you want me to put it. So yeah, that was kind of my breakdown and review of this episode. Like I just love this episode. It was really well done, really good. It had a huge climax at the end. But yeah, make sure to leave your thoughts down below of this episode or anything, or what do you guys think is gonna happen next episode. And I see you guys all later. Peace, my amigos, and peace out.